I'll take advice from Michelle Obama on what food I eat when I see one photo of her pregnant.
I think this is a fantastic idea. Did you know that 23% of all food stamp dollars are spent on junk food? And we're talking about kids' obesity, we're talking about adult obesity, we're talking about diabetes being a huge problem in this country. And the solution to this is not just that they're not going to pay for junk food, she wants to replace it with fresh food. Imagine that.
But wait
a
second.
People can't afford it. I mean,
Yes,
you're going to have to increase the amount of dollars going to the SNAP because I don't know if anyone here has been to the grocery store recently. Healthy food is so expensive. And I looked up the numbers. So I'm like, I can't be the only one that goes to the store and is like griping at the price of healthy foods. Since COVID, 2019 to 2022, healthy foods went up 18%, whereas unhealthy foods in your traditional diet went up only 9%. So not only are they more expensive to begin with, they're going up at a substantially higher rate. And so I think there's concerns about this. Of course, we see a lot of waste, fraud.
Oh, look at Geraldo. It's so nice to see a bunch of rich people on CNN tell you how expensive groceries have went up. Where were they at for the last 3.5 years under the Biden administration? This is really good, but the governor of the great state of Arkansas, Sarah Sanders, is proposing to the Trump administration to stop allowing junk food to be purchased with food stamps. Somebody calls it SNAP, and I don't really know what that means, but it's good old food stamps, EBT. And I think this is probably one of the best ideas I have heard in a long damn time.
Abuse in the program that could potentially be cut to cover some of the increases. But when we're talking about cutting government spending, making this mandate might be difficult.
Do you see Republicans raising the subsidy for...
Oh, she always looks so constipated, doesn't it? Little joker face, constipated. Could you see Republicans raising the subsidies for food stamps? Come on, man. This chick, she can't get out of her own damn way.
SNAP anytime
But that's
soon?
exactly right. I mean, you make a great point, Madison, because there are food deserts all over this country where you truly cannot find a supermarket to buy food, and they're typically in places where lower income people live who rely on SNAP. And so if you don't have access to fresh food and fresh fruit or vegetables that cost, as you point out, so rightly cost more money,
Here comes
are
Geraldo.
Republicans going to now address the food desert issue, which I hope they do? I mean, I hope Robert F. Kennedy, if he does commit to doing this, if he does get in there, which pray for our country if he does, but I hope this is something that they look.
Why are they all scared of Robert F. Kennedy? He just wants to understand what people are putting in their bodies, either through their mouth, in their skin, up their ass, wherever you put stuff in your body. Robert F. Kennedy wants to find out what is actually in there. I feel like Geraldo is going to say something really stupid. He was licking his lips right there. Stand by.
Look at. I also hope very strongly that they do something to make fresh fruit and vegetable much more affordable, because right now it's not.
That's the key. But that's the key.
And raise
Why
SNAP.
is it so expensive?
Because
SNAP
it
bars
doesn't-
booze. You can't buy booze. So I think that's a good idea, even though it's
SNAP bars booze. Food stamp bars booze. That he says that's a good idea. Well, no shit. Wow, this guy. I knew he was going to say something stupid. I just wasn't prepared for that.
a nanny state. Poor people should have the right to buy a six-pack if they want, along with their carrots.
I don't know if booze counts as like a food group.
Yeah. I guess if they're all
but that's very insightful of you.
So Geraldo's big input here was poor people have a right to buy a six-pack with their carrots. Is he advocating for allowing food stamps to be used for alcohol? Because that damn sure is what it sounded like to me. This guy has been an idiot ever since he was supposedly found Jimmy Hoffa's tomb, right? Remember that big escapade where he found everything, and then he had the Geraldo show where he got hit in the head by some white supremacists and stuff. Geraldo's an idiot.
Always what happens if you go to fast food, the most expensive thing is the salad. Okay, and that's not true. If a head of lettuce does not cost that much, but they jack up the prices.
It is perishable. I think this is the issue.
Okay.
It is. I mean, no, Gretchen, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I think that there is a premium placed on healthy food, but it is also because it's something that goes bad, and the fast food model is to have things that stay on the shelf as long as possible so that they can sell more of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think in other places in the world, the poorest people in society are too thin and they don't eat enough.
Yeah.
In America, we flipped into this modern, brand new problem in human history where the lowest income people are actually the most obese and suffer all of the health consequences that come along with that. So while
This guy is a genius, maybe the lone genius on this CNN program. Only in America are poor people obese. Only in America. Only in America where we have every facility available, everything you could possibly imagine, are the poorest, the fattest. You go to any other country in the world, poor people have distended bellies. They are very undernourished, impoverished. They are skin and bones. Even the homeless people here in America, standing on the street corner begging for your money, are overweight, out of shape, obese. That is a fact. And I believe if you cut out this junk food availability with food stamps, you would improve the cost of the healthcare system because junk food leads to diabetes. You would improve their capability to, not need as many medicines because everyone in America is on something. They are on a handful of pills. If you're a veteran and you get your bag of pills every month from the VA, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get the white bag and it's got like 8 bottles with usually 90-day supplies in there, right? That's exactly what this is. I think this is an absolute amazing idea by Sarah Sanders. And if any of these rich fart sniffers like Geraldo try to spin it any other way, give them a fat sausage finger middle finger to their face. Geraldo is full of shit.
Well, I hear you that the healthy foods are more expensive. I actually don't think that our big picture problem is that SNAP doesn't have enough money to fill someone's diet. It's that a lot of people are choosing the wrong foods, or they're in food deserts, or they didn't grow up knowing the difference between healthy and unhealthy foods. And so to have a nudge in the direction of this huge problem, which is at the core of Americans' lack of health compared to all our peer countries, seems like a good idea. And if you're against it, I'd like you to say something else.
Well, here's the thing. The one last thing I'll say about this, and I want to play the bite. It would have been so much better, I think, for the country if, a decade ago when Michelle Obama was talking about this, we took it seriously.
Of course. Yeah. Here's Michelle.
An Obama government obesity task force.
Get your damn hands off my fries, lady. If I want to be a fatty and shovel French fries all day long, that is my choice.
If Heidi Cruz becomes the next first lady, French fries are coming back to the cafeteria.
Coming up straight ahead, all this talk about the government taking salt away from you because it's so bad for you. But aren't there good things about salt?
I hate the government getting involved and telling me what to eat and not to eat.
Food police.
You're giving Julie and I PTSD here with all of this Fox talk. Okay?
All Michelle Obama said was giving kids pizza at lunch does not constitute giving them vegetables because there's tomato sauce on the pizza. And I think that great.
I will take advice from Michelle Obama whenever I see one photo of her pregnant. When I see that, I will take advice from Michelle Obama. I love how CNN plays some clips to try to dissuade you and get you into a partisan thing. Here is my problem with what CNN did right there, trying to make this a partisan politics. When someone is getting government-funded money, taxpayer money, there needs to be restrictions on what they're allowed to spend it on. If not, let them take their EBT down to the local weed shop, right? Because poor people need their weed too. Just like Geraldo said, poor people need their booze. They want to be able to use food stamps for a 6-pack and some carrots. If it's your earned money you earned and you made yourself, I don't give a shit what you spend it on. But whenever it's taxpayer money and you want to spend it on Kit Kats, Ho-Hos, and Dum-Dums, I got a problem. My taxpayer money should not be sending you to the diabetic clinic, to the dialysis clinic, by you shoveling it in your face. Your money, spend it on what you want. My money, I want some regulation on what you're spending. The same thing with the federal government. I want to know what my taxpayer money is being spent on. And these rich fart sniffers on CNN try to always spin it around. Like I said, I'll take advice from Michelle Obama on what food that I eat and what I consume when I see one photo of her pregnant. Until then, not happening, Big Mike.